Brothers and sisters, you need to increase the capacity for the amount of shit you can get done in a singular day. Everybody nowadays talks about these huge, lofty, amazing goals and dreams. Understandably, right? Because we have social media. We see all these other hyper successful people who live these lives. And this is where we draw a lot of our inspiration from. This is the reason why we have these big, big dreams. We want to live in fancy places, fancy houses, have all the time in the world, have all the freedom in the world. But most of us don't actually understand what it's going to take to get there. We have to understand that these people with millions and millions of followers on social media who boast about, and not even boast, just talk about and offer advice from the experiences that they've gone through building these 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-figure businesses. Some of them own multiple multi-million-dollar businesses, and they built them all from scratch, from nothing. And they have these incredible stories. That's the thing, though, is we don't really pay attention to the grit, to the grind, to the toughness of their stories. We often forget about the 5-10 years where they talk about they worked 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 plus hour days at sometimes 7 days a week, sleeping in their car, sleeping like Alex Ramosi, the first gym he ever opened, sleeping at the gym that he owned. So he didn't have to pay rent, didn't have to drive. Years and years and years of grind of very minimal results, of not making money, of maybe even losing money the whole time, trusting in the process, trusting in what they're doing, and taking their bumps and bruises and taking big losses, taking failure, trying to start one business and watching it crumble and fail and having to pick up the pieces and start over again. We just think that through wishful thinking and putting in the bare minimum, going to our 9 to 5, 5 days a week, clocking no more, no less than 40 hours. Oftentimes, though, a lot of people way less than 40 hours because the second we're asked if we want to leave early, we're gone. Right? We need to understand that it's going to take a whole hell of a lot more. And it's going to take a whole hell of a lot more for years and years and years of your life. But if you're able to give 5, 10, 15, maybe even up to 20 years of your life when you're younger, so by the time you're in your late 20s, for some people, depending on how early you start, but for most, in your 30s or 40s, you're going to actually have this life that you dream of. You're going to have this life that you see other people living. You're going to have this life of time and location freedom and of truly getting to do the things that you want to do and money not being an issue and setting up all your family and all your loved ones for whatever they want out of this life too. That is possible, but it's not going to be achieved sitting around doing fucking nothing 90% of the time. It is not enough to just work that one job. It is not enough, especially too if you don't like it. Most people don't fucking like their 9 to 5. It's one thing if you really truly enjoy your 9 to 5 and you're gaining valuable knowledge and experience from it in order to, apply that to other areas, other disciplines of your life. If you hate your 9 to 5 right now, you need to make a change there first and foremost, because if you're hating your 9 to 5, the thing that you spend most of your time on doing, because think about it, you wake up in the morning, you have to get ready, you shower, you brush your teeth, you get breakfast, you pack food, whatever it may be. And then your commute there too. Some people drive an hour plus for work. I pray you don't. But even me, I have to drive about 20 minutes one way. Now with morning traffic too, with my schedule change, it's closer to 30 minutes one way. We dedicate Monday through Friday at least 10 hours, if not 12 plus hours to our 9 to 5 job. And if that 9 to 5 job in itself that you're working, you despise, you don't enjoy, you don't find value, you don't find fulfillment, there's the reason right there that you're not able to do anything else outside of that. You feel drained and you feel like it's impossible. You need to do something that you love. So what I'm going to tell you right now is going to be very painful for some, but fuck off with the hourly rate. Fuck off with what your paycheck is going to look like. Fuck off. You're going to have to sacrifice a little bit. Oftentimes, to get into that industry that you truly enjoy, to get into that job that you truly enjoy, you're going to have to take a cut from where you are, because guess what? You're actually going to be doing work that's meaningful to you. And it is fucked up, but sometimes, oftentimes, most times that does come with a little bit of a step down, because massive companies, massive corporations can pay people a lot more per hour for shitty, meaningless, unfulfilling tasks because their profit margins are so fucking large. Okay? That's just how it goes. So that's a really good place to start. Figure out, get your fucking 9 to 5 sorted. Get your main stream of income sorted so that the value and the effort that you're putting in, it's actually value and effort that you enjoy. That wasn't exactly the proper wording, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Do something that you actually like to do, first and foremost. Easier said than done, but it is simple. Make a damn change. You can either resist the moment that you're in, you can resist your situation and be miserable, or you can accept that you hate/dislike. Hate's a strong word. You can accept that you strongly dislike your situation, and the only motherfucker on the planet that can truly make any sort of change about that situation is you. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's kind of ringing true. I hope that's resonating with you. But if it's not, then you're not going to find any value out of this video. You are still locked in your ways. You're still addicted to your suffering and your misery. If you can't even accept the fact that draining your energy, draining your life source day in and day out at a place you don't even like, at a place you probably despise, with people you don't like, with people you don't enjoy being around, isn't a big source of your misery and isn't a big reason why you're not able to do more in the first place, then you're not going to find value from the rest of this video. Go ahead and click off. Go ahead and go back to doom scrolling. It's all good with me. At the end of the day, like, you're the only person that can make a shift in your mind. I cannot force you to change your way of thinking, to change your belief systems. That being said, I'm under the assumption, right, that we're all grown adults here. We're all men, we're all women. We all understand responsibility. We all understand that, nobody else is coming to save us. Nobody else is going to come and make the life of our dreams. That's on us. There will be very helpful people along the way, but they're never going to come and just do the work for you. Like, they'll come and help you, but you're going to need to give them something in return. Otherwise, they're going to leave. You can't just take and expect people to keep giving, no matter what. They're going to see you as a toxic person. They're going to see you as an energy drain. They're going to see you as somebody who just takes and never gives. Somebody who's ungrateful, somebody who doesn't actually care about them. You need to be willing to also feed other people positively. You need to also be willing to, help other people out, offer people advice, things like that. If people are going to scratch your back, you're going to need to scratch their back. When you can understand that it's just a take and give world, and it works out much better when you're not looking for a hand up, not looking to just a quick win, a quick underhanded, backhanded victory. That's never going to get you far in life. Yeah, it might get you some quick success. It might jump you out quick, but in the long run, karma's going to come back around and tear you down and kick you in the back of the knee and smack you in the back of the head and steal your lunch money. So I wouldn't advise doing that either. When you see other genuine people come along and want truly be interested in what you're doing and want to invest in it, let that happen, but also too, invest back in them, whatever they're doing, because you never know when that one relationship, when that one connection, when that one person is going to come into your life that has the ability to change things for you forever. But if you don't address it correctly and you don't approach it correctly and you don't appreciate that person for who they are, if you just look at that person as like a number or as a means to an end or as somebody who can be manipulated, their skills, their values, and their naivete can be manipulated to propel you forward, then once again, at the end of the day, maybe a week from now, maybe a month from now, maybe 10 years from now, maybe on your deathbed, karma's going to come around and fucking steal your lunch money and beat the shit out of you, dude. So don't do that. As far as building a capacity to do more, you just need to start slowly. Start with the discipline of waking up earlier. If you wake up at 8 a.m. right now, I mean, nothing wrong with that, brother, but week by week, wake up. So this week, start waking up at 7:30 every day. And then next week, 7, and then next week, 6:30, and then next 6, and then 5, 5:30, and then 5, and keep going until you get to as early as you want to be. But understand, if you're waking up around 8 or just kind of, you wake up when you wake up and you don't have a consistent bedtime, don't expect to just start going from waking up at 8, 9, maybe even 10 o'clock to 5 a.m. and not feeling any effects and just immediately feeling amazing. That's not how it works either, brothers. And also, clean up your damn diet. Quit eating McDonald's. Quit eating Taco Bell. Quit buying all the junk food. Just stop putting yourself in that situation. Don't even allow yourself the opportunity to go through the drive-thru. You can have that moment of thought like, oh, McDonald's, like, let me just stop there quick. But then immediately be like, no, we don't do that anymore. When you're at the grocery store, okay, before you go to the grocery store, make a damn list. Healthy foods, bro. Chicken, rice, potatoes, beef, vegetables, whatever you like, broccoli, green beans, asparagus, cauliflower, carrots. Okay, get some fruits, guys. Get some fruits, get some nuts, get some protein bars, get some yogurt. Yogurt is amazing. Yogurt's a probiotic. Makes your shit better, okay? Gonna help fix your gut health. Fix your damn gut health. How do you fix your gut health? Literally just eat healthy foods. Quit eating fast food. Quit eating chips. No more potato chips, brother. No more excessive amounts of sweets. No more excessive amounts of sugar. No more excessive Oreos and crackers and all this stuff, okay? Yes, in moderation. Treat yourself every once in a while, okay? And also, cut out a lot of the alcohol. If you drink a lot, I'm not saying you have to quit. If you drink multiple times a week, even if you drink heavy once a week, some people don't drink at all Sunday through Friday, and then, like Friday night and Saturday for sure come around, and then just a binge fest, right? Okay? The person who drinks 2 beers after work every night is much better off than you going out slamming 10 shots, 12 beers, 8 mixed drinks, you fucking name it, whatever your poison of choice is. The person who's consuming in moderation 7 days a week is much, much healthier than you are. Unless, of course, their diet is extremely fucked up. But, in general, just cut it out as much as possible. They're empty calories. They're not providing you any energy. All they're doing is poisoning your fucking internal organs and making you fatter, making you slower, making you have more brain fog, making you have more anxiety. Okay, cut it out as much as possible. Point blank period. I'm sorry if you fucking love hitting the bars and you fucking love grinding up on greasy, sweaty motherfuckers in the frat basement. It's not good for you. None of it's good for you. It's not. The sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can make that acceptance, make that realization, and just accept it as a truth, because that's what it is, a cold hard truth. Alcohol fucking sucks. Okay, man. It's so normalized, but it's so bad. It's literally poison. People die from fucking liver failure. Okay. People die because they poison their liver over the course of their whole lives. And that's the thing too. Typically alcoholism doesn't kill you in a year, but it will completely destroy your life. It'll ruin relationships. It'll ruin your ambition. People, you're going to lose friends over and over and over again. You're going to think that the world's out to get you. You're going to think that everybody's out to get you, but really you're just a shitty person that nobody wants to be around. Okay. So quit it with the fucking alcohol. All right. The sooner you can get that under control, the better. The sooner you get that under control, the sooner you're going to actually feel a purpose. The sooner you're actually going to feel like you want to live. You know, and the thing too is you're not going to waste your entire weekend. The weekend is when we don't have to go to our job. Normally, some people do have to work weekends every now and then. I feel for you. That is really unfortunate. I wish everybody could really, in all honesty, work like a Tuesday through Friday or Monday through Thursday type thing, 4 days a week. We'd be much more productive that way. Anyways, the weekend is truly where we can really put time and energy into our passions, into our side hustles, into things that are going to allow us to have time and location freedom, into things that are going to allow us to level up and live the lifestyle that we say we want, and that we watch these people online live all day, every day. And we say that we're going to do that one day, or we say that we would love to have that. Well, that's where it's built. And you know, it's built in the wee hours of the morning and the late hours at night too, Monday through Friday as well. But it's really built on the weekends too. You need to be spending your time on that shit that lights your heart on fire. You need to be working on that side hustle, working on that passion, building skills, building knowledge, just becoming a better person overall, stronger, smarter, more patient, more understanding, more empathetic. Work on your emotional intelligence. Understand that everybody you come across in life and everybody you interact with every single day is actually another human being too. Like, everybody else has feelings too. You're probably so centered on yourself and think that you matter so much that you completely forget that everybody else literally is exactly the same as you, created by God, sent here for a reason, with thoughts, feelings, emotions, hopes and dreams, family members, unique experiences, traumas, all this shit. And you just treat them like a number or means to an end or whatever else. More than likely, not everybody. If you don't, then awesome. You're much far ahead of the pack if you don't view people and treat people like that. Maybe you've never even had this consideration in your head because you are too distracted with your own bullshit. If you've never even gotten to this point of contemplation about, you know, other human life and just, you know, how we're all connected. And well, here we are now. I invite you to go on a deep dive with this and look into this a little bit more and just have some honest reflection with yourself and really realize, like, hey, maybe I do have some faults. Maybe I actually can improve in some areas. Maybe, you know, maybe this person or that person actually did have a point. Maybe, and it sucks to admit you're wrong, right? It sucks to admit that, to give somebody else the satisfaction of saying, I told you so. But the fact of the matter is, if we could just not give a fuck about what other people think about us, then it doesn't matter. And we could admit, as soon as we realize that somebody else is right, hey, you were right, or yep, maybe I do need to change this up, maybe. And like, that way we just say constantly changing, constantly evolving, constantly moving, and we don't ever stagnate. We don't ever get stuck in the same spot for months and months and months, maybe even years and years and years. I feel like I was stuck in the same spot for years and years and years, as far as just being socially crippled. Like, yeah, I could function like speaking in public environments, but like, yeah, my social anxiety was massive. Around certain people is perfectly fine, but around, like, especially strangers, around people that I found intimidating, like, bad, awful. And like most of college, I really did need alcohol to actually like interact with people. Like, yeah, you see me at a party and I'm like the most outgoing social person ever, but then you see me on campus and I like can't even make eye contact with you. Anyways, though, besides the point, you need to build your capacity for doing more. It starts with fixing things like sleep. It starts with actually aligning your purpose with the activities you're choosing to do every day. And that does include your job too. we often think that we just need to latch on to the first thing that we find, the first thing that offers us what we consider slightly above average pay. And, it's got decent benefits and this and that and all paid holidays and yada, yada, yada. Fuck the benefits. Fuck what they're offering you hourly. Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you are spending your time in a good, productive, thought-provoking way? In a way that's challenging you, in a way that's making you grow, in a way that you are interacting with people who are aligned with your purpose to a certain degree, in a way that you are sharing what you love with people who for a fact it could benefit in one way or another. Like me, I finally broke into the fitness industry, health and fitness industry, a little over 8 months ago. Before that, I was working manual labor jobs through college, through high school, whatever. So that's one thing or another. But after I graduated college with my sports management degree, I was cleaning freaking houses for a little bit over a year. Like, that sucked. And I knew it sucked. But at the same time, I was still like fighting that change. But eventually, I was able to bust in. I've truly never been more fulfilled and happy with life. It's hard to make that change. It's hard to admit to yourself that, hey, you've been doing this a little bit wrong. But it's so much better for you. It's so much better for yourself. No matter if you're admitting it to yourself, you're admitting it to friends, you're admitting it to strangers on the internet, you're admitting it to your parents, other family members. It's so much better for you to just admit, like, hey, I was wrong. You were right. I'm going to implement those changes. I'm going to be better. I'm going to live a more fulfilling, happy life. It's just the superior way to live, but we hate being wrong. Our egos are insanely fragile. We want to protect them. We want to always seem smart. We want to always be right. We don't want to admit our faults. We don't want to admit any of this, any of that. We just want to stay in our comfort zone. We want to be lazy as shit. We want to work that job that we're miserably comfortable at. We want to keep doom scrolling. We want to keep wasting our lives away because it's easier, because we don't really experience any failure that way. We don't fail, but not failing is worse than failing, because failing isn't failing. You need to look at failing as growth, as learning, as experiences that are getting you closer and closer to that big win. All right. My throat's getting kind of dry. I'm almost to work and I have legs today, so I need to listen to some jams before I get there, brothers. But it's as simple as that. We need to do more, and we need to take responsibility for the situations we're in. And if we view them as unpleasant and unfulfilling, realize that nobody else, we need to reach out, grab it, and do what we need to make it into a fulfilling situation, a situation that we find pleasant, a situation that we find conducive to our goals and dreams. Thanks for checking this one out. See you in the next one. Peace out.